What if I told you that behind ABBA's glittering success and timeless music, there was a heartbreaking story that nearly tore one family apart? A story where fame, love, and sacrifice collided, and a little girl was left wondering if her superstar parents even knew who she was. Stay with me, because what their daughter Linda revealed years later will completely change the way you see ABBA's golden years. But while fans were singing along to Waterloo and Dancing Queen, band members Björn Ulvaeus and Agnetha Fältskog were fighting a very different battle at home, one that their daughter Linda still carries the scars from today. Linda was born in 1973, just as ABBA was about to take over the world. You'd think her arrival would have been the family's happiest moment, but fate had other plans. Instead of being celebrated, her birth became almost an afterthought. Why? Because her parents were preparing for the biggest event of their lives, the Eurovision Song Contest. And when ABBA's hard work paid off, winning Eurovision with Waterloo, the price of success was devastating. After months away, Agnetha and Björn returned home, only to find that little Linda didn't even recognize them. Imagine the heartbreak of your baby staring at you like a stranger. The couple later admitted it was horrible. But what's worse? It wouldn't be the last time their daughter felt abandoned. As ABBA's fame skyrocketed, the world couldn't get enough of the band. But behind the curtain, Linda learned a painful truth. No matter how much she needed her parents, their music always seemed to come first. Agnetha herself once admitted in an interview that while her daughter could be cared for by someone else, ABBA needed her completely. For Linda, that meant being second place to the spotlight. But the story takes an even darker turn. The constant touring, recording, and media frenzy didn't just strain the family. It left Agnetha haunted by anxiety. She developed a paralyzing fear of flying, terrified that if both she and Björn were on the same plane and something happened, Linda would be left without parents. Yet despite those fears, the tours continued. Things grew even harder when Linda's younger brother Peter was born. Suddenly, she wasn't just competing with ABBA for her parents' attention. She was also competing with a sibling. The only time Linda truly felt close to her mother, when they made music together. At just 8 years old, Linda released her own Christmas album with Agnetha. But even that moment of connection couldn't shield her from what was coming next. When she started school, Linda's life turned into a nightmare. Instead of being celebrated as the daughter of ABBA's stars, she was mocked relentlessly. Kids would sing ABBA songs at her just to tease her. The shame and humiliation cut so deep that she later admitted she was terribly ashamed of her parents. Think about that. Millions of fans adored ABBA, but their own daughter wanted to run from the very thing others envied. The bullying pushed Linda into a downward spiral. She developed bulimia and began surrounding herself with the wrong crowd. She was rebellious, wild, and desperately searching for a place to belong. For a while, it looked like fame had not only taken her parents but her future as well. But just when things seemed hopeless, Linda's story took an unexpected turn. Her lifeline came in the most surprising form: the countryside, and a pony named Mr. Johnson. Away from the chaos, Linda began to heal. She discovered peace in nature, rebuilt her relationship with food, and uncovered her true passion, acting. For the first time, she was creating an identity that was hers, not just ABBA's daughter. But fate wasn't done testing her yet. Halfway through theater school, Linda discovered she was pregnant. Her boyfriend, Jens, wasn't famous. He was just an ordinary guy working at Vodafone, but he stood by her side. Despite the challenges, Linda vowed to raise her daughter differently than she had been raised. She would put family first, no matter what. And she kept that promise. Linda took time off to focus on her little girl, then slowly returned to acting when the time was right. Her patience paid off. She landed roles in acclaimed films and TV shows, building a career on her own terms. But through it all, her daughters remained her top priority. She refused to repeat the mistakes of her parents. What's remarkable is that Linda never let bitterness consume her. As she grew older, she came to understand the impossible pressures Björn and Agnetha faced at the height of ABBA's fame. She even collaborated with her mother years later on music projects, proving that love and forgiveness had the final word in their story. And let's not forget, despite their mistakes, Agnetha and Björn did try to adjust. After realizing Linda didn't recognize them post-Eurovision, they shortened their tours so she wouldn't feel abandoned again. They even brought her along on longer trips, determined to make up for lost time. In the end, the ABBA family story is one of pain, healing, and resilience. Yes, fame nearly tore them apart, but love and the will to do better brought them back together. And maybe that's the most powerful lesson of all. No matter how glittering the spotlight, it's family that matters most. Now I want to hear from you. What's the most surprising fact you've learned about ABBA's private lives? Do you see their story differently now that you know what Linda went through? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to know what you think.